No one ever wants to admit regret, especially not when it comes to something as emotional, as personal, as bringing a dog into your life, but behind closed doors, in late-night searches, private messages, and quiet conversations, there's a truth some Belgian Malinois owners are whispering to themselves, and no one else. I wasn't ready for this. They won't say it out loud. They don't want to be judged, but they're struggling. Overwhelmed. Some feel like failures, others feel like prisoners in their own homes. Because owning a Belgian Malinois isn't just hard, it's a life-altering responsibility that many weren't prepared for. It starts with admiration. People see the videos, the elite canines leaping out of helicopters, taking down armed suspects, mastering commands with precision. It's inspiring, it's intoxicating. You think, if they can do that, I can raise one too. But what those videos don't show you, what most breeders won't tell you, is what happens after the camera turns off. The dog that never sleeps, the eyes that track your every movement, the mind that needs work, stimulation, purpose, every single day. And that's where the regret begins to take root, quietly, slowly. One owner told me his story. Let's call him Mike. He got his Malinois, Diesel, after watching countless videos on working dogs. He had experience with labs, even a German Shepherd. He figured it wouldn't be that different. But within a week, he knew something was off. Diesel didn't just follow commands, he anticipated them. He opened doors. He stared at walls for mental stimulation. He growled when Mike tried to relax. Not out of aggression, but out of frustration. Diesel wasn't misbehaving, he was under-challenged. And Mike? He was exhausted. He didn't regret Diesel. He regretted not knowing what it would take. That's the regret no one talks about. Not the dog itself, but the lifestyle it demands. You can't half commit to a Malinois. You either structure your life around them, or you both suffer. And for people with full-time jobs, kids, apartments, or inconsistent routines, that's where things begin to unravel. The guilt creeps in. The love remains, but so does the burnout. Belgian Malinois are not just dogs. They are elite working minds in canine bodies. Their baseline is 10 miles ahead of the average pet. If you're not training, stimulating, or engaging them, they'll create their own mission. And often, that mission becomes destruction, obsession, or aggression. That's the harsh truth most owners only discover too late. It's not that the Malinois is too much dog. It's that the world they were born for doesn't exist inside the average household. And yet, people keep adopting them. Why? Because no one wants to admit they're not ready for the challenge. It feels like weakness, like failure, like giving up. So instead of talking about it, they suffer in silence. They tell themselves, he'll grow out of this, or I just need better training. But what they really need is honesty, clarity, community, and most of all, permission to admit that this isn't what they thought it would be. Here's the part most don't understand. Regret doesn't mean you don't love your dog. In fact, most of the people who feel this way love their Malinois so much, it breaks them to see their dog unhappy. They feel ashamed that they can't keep up, that they're not enough, and that shame, it keeps them from seeking help, from reaching out, from rehoming, even when it's the kindest option. Some push through it. They restructure their entire lives. Wake up at 4 a.m. for training runs. Build obstacle courses in their backyard. Learn bite work, scent work, agility. And when they do, something shifts. The regret is replaced by something else, respect. Not just for the dog, but for what the dog made them become. Stronger, sharper, disciplined. That's the paradox of the Malinois. It breaks you down, then rebuilds you, if you let it. But not everyone gets there. Some relationships break under the pressure. Some Malinois end up rehomed, abandoned, or worse, because no one had the courage to say, this breed is not for everyone. That doesn't make the owner a villain. It makes them human. And that's what this video is about. Normalizing the truth so fewer dogs suffer, so fewer owners spiral in shame, so more people ask the right questions before making a decision they can't take back. So if you're watching this and you feel overwhelmed, if you've thought to yourself, I love my dog, but I miss my old life, you're not alone. You're not a bad owner. You're a real one. And there's strength in being honest about that. The shocking truth isn't that people regret getting a Belgian Malinois. The real shock is how few of them ever feel safe enough to say it out loud. And maybe, just maybe, if more of us talked about the whole experience, not just the glory shots, we'd have fewer broken owners and fewer broken dogs. So if you're struggling, speak up, ask for help, find the right support. And most of all, understand this: admitting you're overwhelmed is not failure. It's responsibility. And in the world of the Malinois, that's the trait that matters most.